Happy Sunday. Two things I want to talk about. I want to have a little talk about machine exhaust, and yes, that's a euphemism. And I want to talk about the giant leap of faith that it takes someone to adopt a new lifestyle. All right. So let's get the nitty gritty out of the way first. Okay, so in automobile, I'm a mechanic. Although that's not what I do to make money. I've been a mechanic my whole life, really. I've torn apart Volkswagens. Yeah, I could have rebuilt them inside of a house. Okay, so I do understand the ideas of the internal combustion engine, transmissions, gears, the whole thing. And you can tell a lot about your car by how it runs. If it's running rough, if it's running smoothly, especially the exhaust pipe and the fluids. Okay, so um, you can check the oil, you off the dipstick, smell it. If it smells like it's supposed to, you're fine. You don't need to worry about it. If the car is running smoothly, also, you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to run to the mechanic over every little thing. The transmission, same thing. Pull the dipstick, give it a smell. It smells like transmission oil is supposed to smell when it's heated and cooled several times. And your coolant level, just pop the cap and take a whiff. Should smell like uh, a sweet smell. All right. The exhaust pipe. Stick your finger in the exhaust pipe. Swipe. You should have a little bit of black on there. That's from the carbon. See, the engine runs on a hydrocarbon fuel or carbohydrate, quite literally, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So as it gets compressed in the cylinder, the spark plug ignites it, and it expands and pushes the piston down. Piston comes back up on the return swing and blows the exhaust out through the pipe. Okay, so um, if the engine's at operating temperature and you see white smoke coming out of the pipe, that means you have a leak somewhere in one of the, for some reason, somewhere, the coolant system's getting into your ignition chamber, and that's a bad thing. If you see black smoke, that's also very bad. That most likely means, for whatever reason, you're getting oil somehow into the combustion chamber, or you're not burning efficiently. So it's either too much, well, the black would be too much gas, and there's a lot of things you can tell by the exhaust pipes, the exhaust pipe. Um, Now, we humans transitioning over, we sweat, we breathe, we tear, we also have exhaust in liquid and particulate form, solids. All right, so let's talk about that. I have known my own engine. Humans are heat engines. Okay, we take in oxygen, we take in carbohydrate fuel. Um, Easy. Gasoline is an oil, which is a fat. It is not a carbohydrate like grains or fruits or vegetables. Okay, there's no fiber in gasoline, and there's no fiber in fat. Fat is a carbohydrate, so we humans are heat engines, and we run on fat. Okay, we need some glucose, some of that raw sugar for processes, including the brain, blood cells, and some other things. But the liver will make all that we need. So the idea of requiring a carbohydrate, as we define it, fruits, vegetables, grains, don't need them ever, not ever. You do need fat, and you do need protein. Now, the car does have a protein source. That's the driver. Okay, so all machines need protein in one form or another to build them, operate them, maintain them, and dismantle them when necessary. So, okay, so we're a heat engine just like an automobile engine. So we take in carbohydrate, we oxidize it, and then we eject the waste. We eject the waste. Okay, the remnant. So we're going to get rid of carbon. We're going to get rid of water. We're going to get rid of carbon dioxide. All right. Well, I'm interested today in the particulate waste. So, if your engine is running smoothly you're going to have very nice and a rather brownish particulate waste product. What I noticed yesterday, I ate a lot more fiber than I normally do now. I had a leaf of lettuce, I had some tomatoes, pico de gallo, and that was enough apparently to my particulates came out slightly tan and rather hard. It wasn't like I couldn't, it's just it wasn't smooth and easy. All right, so that's the bile, the lack of bile meant I didn't eat enough fat. So for whatever reason, I had eaten almost pure protein. And of course, with the cheese, although the cheese has a lot of fat, a lot of that leaked out. Maybe I don't know kind of what I need to do for that other than, today go back, I'm going to eat chicken wings. That's 60% fat, and we're going to reheat it. And that's that's what I noticed about me. So I'm going to go ahead and see what a lot of people think fiber makes you more laxative. It's a laxative, and it isn't. Fiber actually takes up a lot of water, and if you don't drink enough water to kind of get that through, you're going to be in trouble. I've never had a problem eating pure meats and fats ever. So that's the side of the exhaust that we have to deal with. Okay, liquid exhaust should always maintain a slight yellow color. If it's too clear, obviously you're one of those people that walk around with a water bottle just sucking on it all day. I don't know, like a binky. I have no idea why people do that. This morning I'm going to drink about 300 ml of coffee, and I won't need water again until I eat dinner, which is about 6 hours from now. I don't need water in the morning. I'm not thirsty in the morning, so I don't drink water in the morning. And then during my meal, I'll suddenly start getting a little thirsty. And then after my meal, I'll probably take in 1.5 liters to 2 liters. Today I'm eating a sweetbread, so I'll probably take another liter to accommodate the insulin spike that I'm going to get. It's good to, back on the car thing, it's good to punch it every once in a while. Yeah, it ain't going to hurt you. All right. So back on the water, you just drink when you're thirsty, and if the color is too yellow, then find out why you're not getting thirsty. See, if it's too yellow, then we know some things are not happening properly, and something's interfering with your thirst. Are you taking medicines? Are you eating kind of weird things you've never eaten before? So you gotta understand what you're doing. I know eating the same fuel over and over might be a little boring, but your body doesn't care. You care. It doesn't. It doesn't get bored. It just knows that, oh my God, what has he eaten now? Who's in charge of that process? Get to it. Now I got to rearrange all my signals. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do with this guy. All right, you might feel nauseous. You might feel thirst. You might not feel thirst. You might have ravenous hunger. You might not have ravenous hunger. I mean, there's only a few signals the body can send you. You might get a hot flash. You might get a cold flash. Goose flesh and shivers. I mean, your body just has a few signals for you. And once you get those down, you'll be in great shape. So let's jump over to the leap of faith here. When I started keto, I was like, whatever, I may as well try this thing. And I did. I hit the keto wall. I don't call it the flu. That's ridiculous. Has nothing to do with any of that nonsense. It doesn't even feel the same for me because I never had a fever during this thing. So I just hit a keto wall. That's the 3 or 4 day transition where your body's going, the brother ain't eating what he's supposed to eat, man. Now, what are we going to do? And again, the body scrambles, and it needs to learn to burn fat. Hydrocarbons, right? So that's what it does. It burns a hydrocarbon. And that's for energy. It oxidizes it, and and the rest of the story's told. But yeah, there's a huge leap of faith because you were raised all your life probably. You gotta eat breakfast as soon as you wake up, and then you gotta eat a snack, and then you gotta eat lunch, and then you have to eat another snack, and then you have to eat dinner, and then you need a snack before you go to. I mean, you're eating 6 times a day. Come on, really? And you can watch a million people do this. You can watch me over the last year and almost a month, year and 27, 28 days, somewhere there. But it's not real for you. Oh, maybe they can do it. Yeah. Doubt, fear. I get it. I was afraid. I mean, my wife would notice things like, damn, look that up. Is that normal? Is that supposed to happen? Yeah, it was supposed to happen. So, yeah, that's a good thing about a coach. I'm autodidactic. Should I have had a coach? I didn't know I could have a coach. I probably wouldn't want to pay for a coach. I don't know. I wouldn't charge that much, personally. Here online, it'd be totally free. I'll tell you anything you want to know. And to that end, it's like I would get scared. Think there were changes under the bed of my toenails, my fingernails. Changes. I was dropping weight. Like people were actually saying, "Are you sick?" No, I just stopped eating sugar, pretty much. You know, the dog head tilt. And we have a nutritionist on the street. She is fat, and I mean fat. Okay, she's a nutritionist, and she was doing the voting thing over here, and I was standing in line waiting to vote. And we got to chatting, and she's like, "You lost a lot of weight." I said, "Yeah, 40 kilos. It's about 85 pounds." Whoa, yeah. And when she looks at somebody else, he did a lot of exercise. I said, "I didn't do any exercise." Dog head tilt, you know? What do you mean you didn't do it? No, I did not do any exercise. I changed nothing in my day. I didn't start doing push-ups till like a few months afterward, after I was already dropping big pounds. But look up how many push-ups you actually have to do and compare it to the calories in a tomato, okay? Matter of fact, I'm gonna look that up. And that's it. And that was just resistance training. And then I would walk. I mean, there's some weeks I would take a 5-mile walk. Some weeks I would walk 10 miles. But I normally walk. I mean, I don't remember the last time I filled up my car. That's how much we walk. So exercise to lose weight? No, absolutely not. Exercise to build muscle, move the fluids around in your body, make your brain happy. Absolutely great stuff. But it doesn't have to be constant. Doesn't have to be daily. I don't exercise per se daily. I do my push-ups Mondays and Thursdays. I do 3 sets of however many I can get out. That's it. That's all I do. And wow, man, I notice it. Like I can flip these 50-pound water bottles, you know, like nothing. And I squat. I grab them and I use my legs to lift them, and I just literally rotate them with complete control. That's impressive to me because when I was fat and not doing push-ups and stuff, I would notice, I was trying different ways to manipulate. And it's so hard to lift. And of course, I would be using my back. Oh my God, what a jerk. So yeah, you're going to go through some changes. There's going to be a belief cycle. You're going to have to go through some fear and anxiety. You're going to get insomnia. You're going to get like several different symptoms as your body retools. But look, I remember by day 9, I was in good shape. I remember in that time period, I had a severe headache, and I remember insomnia. I just couldn't sleep. I'd wake up, and it was a tumultuous period. But on the 9th day, I remember saying, wow, I feel great. And like, I don't care if I have to walk through woods for a while. For literally, I've been abusing my body for more than 20 years. And I go through a 3 to 5 day tribulation. By the 9th day, I feel awesome. And a year later, I'm healthier than most 55-year-old white males. Yeah. Show me one who's healthier. Okay? All right? And then I'll show you 90 that ain't. And I just know by looking at them. Just looking at them. I'm like, I can give you a range of where your triglycerides are at. I can give you a range of where the rest of your lipids are at. I can give you a range of where your glucose is at. I know where your insulin's at. I can give you a HOMA-IR score, convert that back into fasting insulin and glucose. And boy, I'll get there within, I would say 5% either direction. I mean, unless you're totally severe and then it's like too late for me. You need medical intervention. Yeah, you get to that point. Hey, transitioning back onto cars where I started this video, I can listen to an engine and form a hypothesis. And I say, this is what I think is wrong. And then I will run a few tests, and then I'll come up with a theory. That theory then will tell me, yeah, I've proven my hypothesis correct, at least in like this area, and I whittle it right down. And 95 out of 100 times, you go in there, you replace that part, renew it, recycle it, get rid of it, and your car runs like new. Look, I spent several years listening to the Tappet Brothers. Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers from Massachusetts on PBS, on the radio, you know. And I've worked on several vehicles. I do understand utterly the concepts of the internal combustion engine. So just by listening to it, I can say, something's off. And then I come up with a couple of hypotheses, and then I whittle them down into a few theories, and then I say, let's take it to a mechanic and see what he says, and he'll verify it for me if he's good. Same thing with the body. I look at you, and if I look from the back and I see kind of a thickness here, and I know like men are supposed to be probably more of a W form, and I don't, I see a cylinder form, you have problems. You have severe metabolic distress. Females, the same. You get that apple shape. Why do you think the apple shape kills you so much? It's not because you have coronary artery disease. The coronary artery disease did not cause the apple shape. Your insistence on eating fruits, grains, carbohydrates out the waz caused the apple shape. And that began to give you leaky gut and leaky arteries. And that began to force the body to cover it with a sticky gelatinous substance called cholesterol and white blood cells in order to heal it. But since you never allowed it to heal, now you start getting calculus and calcium formations on it. That calcium breaks loose, and that clogs up your arteries, and then you die of a pulmonary embolism, of a stroke, of some thrombosis that moved somewhere you shouldn't have had it moved to, or in the arteries of the heart itself, and then 30 seconds later you pass out, 6 minutes later your brain dies, and then the rest of you follows. Yeah, that's how we all die. The heart stops. Whatever causes that to happen, that's the death process. Once the little pump stops, you stop. You don't know anything after about 30 seconds when you pass out. Your brain begins to snap all of its connections by about 6 minutes or so, and depending on heat and some other things, yeah, I know people are, he survived for 4 hours. Yeah, but he was at 30 degrees or whatever, Fahrenheit. So again, we can play the semantics game all you want, but I deal in general universal principles, all right? So yeah, I do understand the ideas of how an engine's supposed to work. I know what kind of waste it's supposed to produce, including humans. And I do understand that leap of faith. You're watching all these people get healthy around you, but you just can't quite make the leap. Yeah, I get it. And if I'd been harsh and zealot in my earlier phases, I do apologize. We all go through this, this is the best thing in the world, la, 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 and you're barely believing it yourself, and somebody challenges you and you're an idiot. No. I apologize. Namaste. Forgive me, please, if you can find it in your heart. So I forgive myself. So if you don't, that's kind of your thing. But that's another stoic video for another day. All right, guys, you enjoy your Sunday. Of course, we love you. We'll talk soon. Be well. Bye.